Well, good game day morning. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up here, guys. I used to call this the "Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys" report because things happen late at the night, late in the evening, middle of the night, first thing in the morning. So you always wanted to get here to get up to speed with everything that is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, it is game day, not for the Dallas Cowboys, but for everybody else in the NFL. So, of course, I got to get the studio ready. I hope you guys tune in. We've had some incredible games and some incredible meltdowns with Philly 500, with Cop Pizzle, with my buddy Rashid. And today, Washington is taking on Buffalo in New York. We'll find out if that defense is the real deal. We'll find out if Heineke is the real deal. And I will actually have Rio, a Washington football team YouTuber and fan ambassador here, and maybe we'll see him melt down. Maybe, or then again, maybe we'll see the joy of a victory. But I got up this morning, I got my coffee. I'm going to go set the studio up outside. Got to go pick up some meats. Got to get the meats ready for the game day here. So we will be ready to rock and roll for today and get ready for tomorrow. And I sat down here to see what am I going to start the day with, because I was going to go around the NFL. Are we going to find out if New Orleans is, a good team or the bad team playing on New England? We'll find out. Is Washington going to go down the rabbit hole here and just spiral out of control now that Fitzmagic is gone and they got Heineke, and now they've got that tough schedule we talked about? But then I saw this from Adam Schefter, and I'm hoping that this is Dak Prescott's shoulder all over, but this one I don't think it is. So La'el Collins, who is suspended for 5 games, I don't think it's going to be reduced. After reading this, now this originally came out last night, I think 9:43 p.m., after I had done my fireside chat and had hit the bed. But what Adam Schefter is reporting is Dallas Cowboys' La'el Collins attempted to bribe an NFL test collector. So I want to read this, exactly what he's saying transpired. Dallas Cowboys right tackle La'el Collins was suspended by the NFL after trying to bribe the league's drug test collector, sources tell ESPN. Players cannot be suspended for positive marijuana tests under the NFL's new collective bargaining agreement, but Collins, issued with multiple missed tests, was also trying to bribe the test collector, according to sources. The NFL initially was prepared to suspend Collins for 5 games for his actions. This is where it's just like, wow. Just wow. But the NFL Players Association, aware of its intended 5-game suspension. So the NFL Players Association, they got together with the player and the NFL, and they said, hey, man, come on, give a brother a break here, right? 5 games is too much. They negotiated it down to 2 games. Let me read it again. The NFL initially was prepared to suspend Collins 5 games for his actions, but the NFL Players Association, aware of intended 5-game suspension, helped negotiate a reduction of what would have been a 2-game suspension. So the NFLPA said, look, bro, we're going to help you out. We're going to work this thing down. It's not what you want, but it's not 5. You got 2. Collins said, I want some more. Collins, however, appealed the suspension, and the appeal was heard by an arbitrator appointed jointly by the league and the NFLPA. The arbitrator not only rejected Collins' appeal, but ruled based on the evidence that the suspension should be increased back to the original 5. Collins' lawyer is attempting to appeal the arbitrator's decision, but the league sources believe the suspension, which was announced on September 10th, will not be reduced. Both the NFL and the NFLPA declined comment this weekend when contacted by ESPN. Collins will serve the first of his suspension last Sunday in the victory over the Chargers and will also miss Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. Collins believed he had legitimate reasons for missing the 7th drug test, one of which was scheduled for the day of the Dallas Cowboys strength and conditioning coach Marcus Ball died last November. Collins missed another on the day of his uncle's funeral. Collins is not the first NFL player to circumvent the league's drug test policy. Back in 2013, NFL suspended Denver Broncos star Von Miller 6 games after he was caught attempting to corrupt the drug test program with the help of a urine collector. If the suspension is not reduced or overturned, Collins will be returned to the roster October 18th, the day after the Cowboys play the New England Patriots. The suspension will cost roughly $2 million per the CBA, voids the injury guarantee worth $6.48 million in 2022. Collins has started 62 of the last 63 games he played for the Cowboys since 2015. At left or right tackle, he's missed 13 games because of injury last season and surgery. I got nothing. I got nothing on that one. You missed 7 tests. They said 5 on it. You got it reduced to 2, but you weren't satisfied with that one. So they said, okay, no problem, bro. How about you go back to the 5? That wasn't the NFL that did to him. I bet you that arbitrator, I bet you he's an Eagle fan. I bet you he's an Eagle fan. So I don't look to see La'el Collins' suspension reduced. At this point, we're already 2 games into it. There's only 3 left. Doubt that the Dallas Cowboys will get a break, and I'm just mystified on this one. I'm assuming that it may have been. Here's the thing, I'm assuming. I've met La'el Collins. I got a picture of Joe Boo. Interviewed him his rookie year. Won him on the field. Won him on the field desperately. To stay in the NFL, what is asked of the players is inhuman. The hits that they take. I want you to understand that, they've stopped, of course, suspending for marijuana because there's benefits of taking marijuana with the head trauma and things. That they've been taking pills like tramadol, which they've realized causes internal bleeding. And they've actually said, don't take that before games and preparing for the pain that you're going to be in because you might die. You think about guys getting needles for broken ribs and they puncture a lung. You think about seeing Dak Prescott's ankle completely broken off and rehabbing and having to get back on the field. It's no question that trying to stay there and keep your job in the NFL, that you're going to take some things that may be not necessarily what you should be doing to try and stay there and keep it there. I'm not saying that it's right or whatever he may have had or reasons for missing the test. But this is just, wow. Yeah. This is going to be one they'll be talking about a lot today, I'm sure. But it is what it is. In the meantime, I've got a set out here to get set up. I hope you guys tune in for our all-day live stream. We'll be featuring the Washington-Buffalo game, but we'll also be watching the Giants and the Falcons game. We'll be actually, here, this cool thing is I love my setup. we've got 4 TVs that are up with, of course, Direct TV. So we'll be watching, of course, all of the better games, but we'll flip and flop to different ones. We'll see if Carson Wentz actually plays and gets hurt again. We'll follow and see if we can get Rashid to melt down. We'll cover everything that's out there because that's what we do here at the Joe Boo Sports Report. And with that being said, let me go ahead and start getting set up.
Thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?